Hey everybody, welcome to V5, where we spend exactly 5 minutes getting on our soapbox with some of the hottest takes in all of B2B go-to-market. This is going to be a fun one. I know I say it every time, but I promise this is going to be a fun one. I got Lindsay Rios, Fractional CRO, with a very spicy take. And as you know, I don't know what they are before we get going. So Lindsay, why don't you tell the people what's on your mind?
Hot take. When you are hiring for an exec leader role, you do not need to hire a person who has done that journey before. I'll just give a more specific example. Let's say you want a VP of sales and you're at, I don't know, like 8 mil in ARR right now. So you're going to get close to that 10 mil. You probably have a path for it already without this person. And now you're going to find a leader to get you to 25, 50 mil. Obviously, of course, you're going to be a unicorn in IPO because that's an
Of course, everybody.
And now you want to find that person who has done this at least once, but ideally 2 times and insanely successfully. You want them to do exactly what they did before for you. You don't need that person. Why don't you just find the person that is the absolute best fit for your company for all the other more important reasons, like the right fit in terms of, I hate the word culture because it's overused, but like the right fit for the types of people that already exist. What is that like living, breathing ecosystem you have? Who fits in there? The person who has the ability to change and lift things up, and the person who's demonstrating the skill set who could be successful in that role. Here's my thing. People who have done this before want to continue doing things they've never done before. So why are they going to do it again for you? And have they been so far removed from where you're at too, that they're not going to be super interested in coming back down to that, 10 to 25 journey, number one. Number two, you're going to have to pay that person a lot more money because they've already done this multiple times. And now you're just going to spend money you don't need to spend. And number three, you are now missing out on all these other people who are probably going to be the right fit and absolutely can do this. And the only logic you ever hear is, but I need someone who's done this before so that it's not so risky. As if that's some formula that's actually true.
As if starting a company and getting a bunch of money wasn't risky to start with.
As if majority of the founders out there have ever done this before. But they get told and there's this myth out there. No, you got to get that person who's done this journey before.
Wow. Okay. Like if I had to measure this take in Scoville units, it's pretty hot. It's pretty up there. This is like counterintuitive to what I think everyone's thought. And either you're listening to this as someone who's got the potential to go into that role. We get folks who are kind of on that cusp of, I want to be CRO, VP of sales. I want to go into that role that you just described. Someone who's in that role and says, well, I don't know, Lindsay, I'm pretty marketable. I'm worth my weight in gold. Founders who say, no, I actually think I need the experience. But what would you say to, let's just put it in the shoes of the long tenured VP of sales who says, no, you 100% need me. This is not the take I agree with.
If you really want that job, you go for it. Like go to bat with the person who hasn't. I got no problem with that. If you actually really want that job, you should do the job. There are some people who are like, I'd really like to do this again because I really love this company. I love everything else about it. It hits my non-negotiables. Like there's nothing wrong with that. So it's not even that my take is that the people who've been doing it before shouldn't apply for it, right? It's just that people who are exceptionally looking for meeting new milestones, people who are in startup world like this, we're always looking to do things we've never done before. We're always looking to break new boundaries. So the chance that you get that person in, that fancy person with the title and the experience and maybe the flashy logos they were at before, the assumption that you think that they're going to be able to replicate exactly what they had done before is also very risky, in my opinion. So the foundation comes from, let's not be risky. And yet I find it risky because you get too distracted by the I've done it before path. And you see all the stars in your eyes when you're like, dang, look what they did. You cannot go and copy the exact formula that happened. The time, the product, the space, the other people around you, etc., to say it's going to happen here again. That, in my opinion, is risky. So if you find a phenomenal person who fits all the boxes, truly, the things that matter qualitatively and quantitatively, and they just haven't done this path before, then get them the support. De-risk it by getting them like their exec coach or something like that who has done something like this before to say, hey, there are mistakes that happen and let's help you avoid them. But other than that, you got it.
Yeah. I love this. It is almost the notion of, borrow a tired sports analogy if we want to. This is drafted on potential. This is finding that diamond in the rough. This is that person who could be a superstar, the best quarterback or right fielder or hockey goalie you've ever worked with, or finding a person who has the potential to be that, giving them all the tools and the resources to be successful and forging your own path where you achieve the goals they have achieved in the past with a brand new set of variables.
I do recall something around even most of the, I don't know if it was specifically baseball players that are the best hitters or the best pitchers, but it was about like basically most of those ones are like super late bloomers. They're never in the first, picks, all of that. Like they're always the one, like last ones to be thought of. And yet they become the ones that end up being like the best and the most consistent, right? I think there's something about adversity there, probably, and maybe not the pressure from the get-go. I don't know what, but I just am so sick. And I've had this myself. I see it around and I just continually hear the whole, we need to hire the person. And how many times does it fail? It fails so much. Even my very good friend who has been a VP and been at LinkedIn and Salesforce and Intercom and all that, thought she wanted to try to go do the boots on the ground thing in early stage. Guess what? She goes, I'm never doing this again. Now that was just one experience, but it was like the same thing. So it goes both ways.
Yeah. Yeah. I love the notion. I speak a lot about variables in my own practice as a marketer. There's too many. We're in a market, in a world really where everything's constantly changing. There's no way to replicate the same exact playbook you had a decade ago, even 10 months ago. It's hard to run the same playbook. So I'm in love with this take. This is awesome.
Come at me.
Let's go. Let's diet on hills. Let's do it. Lindsay, if folks want to get in touch with you, if folks are like, yes, I'd love to talk to her. That's my point of view as well. How do folks find and reach you?
If it's your point of view or not your point of view, you can find me on LinkedIn. I'm on there acting like a total lunatic all the time.
We love it. We love it. Lindsay, thank you so much. It's been phenomenal. Appreciate your time.
All right.
You're listening to The Unexpected Lever. For additional resources, check out Vivint.com. Got a soapbox you'd like us to talk about longer? Let us know by messaging me, Jarod Greene, on LinkedIn.